as the planet turns into...
That is just a snippet of Duran Duran's newest single. It's called Sunrise. You could say and that the band's new CD will make them 25 years in the making. After pursuing independent projects in recent years, the 5 founding bandmates are back together to promote their new CD. It's called Astronaut, and they're kicking off a world tour. They're going to be playing here tonight in Atlanta. Simon Bon and Nick Rhodes are with us this morning, live here on CNN, to bring us up to date on the band's reincarnation. What a thrill to have you guys here with us.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning. Yeah. When I heard Duran Duran and 25 years, I mean, it took me back at least to kindergarten, which is where I was 25 years ago.
No, I think that might be I think it's 12 years.
12 years. Thank you so much. But why do it again? You had such incredible success. You've done it, and you've gone and done other things, and now it's time to do it together again.
Well, I think you're always ready for a new challenge. This particular lineup, the original lineup of the band being back together again, we wanted to see what kind of sound we'd make together and whether we were able to write songs as good as all the early ones.
And would you say you've been able to do that?
Absolutely. I think if you've got music in you and you feel that you've got something to put out, then you've got to do it. You really have. And we've been having lots of fun doing it. And doing it as a bunch of mates. Not sort of, it doesn't feel like work because you're doing it with people you enjoyed their company, and we share our time together.
And how is it different 25 years later? I mean, are we moving a little bit more slowly? Or things not as crazy
at all. Actually, I think the music industry is moving at a much faster pace than it used to when we started. But really, aside from technological changes, the internet, the downloads, the fact that the whole business is really, I mean, all the labels have cannibalized each other. There's a lot less big labels now. But I think there's a lot of great music out there again. The 90s, for us, we felt, aside from dance music and hip-hop, was not the greatest period for rock music.
Very safe time.
It's time to be a little cutting edge out there.
I think people have got very used to very sort of processed music. You know, it's like processed food. It's almost been designed by the manufacturers, not by the raw material, the artists themselves. And it's coming around now. You've got a lot of new bands who are playing their instruments, and they're not.
Well, there's a concept, playing.
Yeah, really, yeah.
How about singing instead of lip syncing?
Yeah.
And we have seen some bands come back together, but they do like a best of tour. Right. They don't start fresh. What kind of inspiration did you have for Sunrise and Astronaut?
Well, like I said, we had the music inside of us, and getting back together after such a long time apart, it gave us a huge creative surge of energy. And it would have been such a waste not to put it on a record. And we wrote so much so quickly. We ended up with 30 pieces of music, and it was hard choosing the best 12 to put on the album.
So is Astronaut just going to be the first of many new CDs to come, do you think?
Yeah, we've signed a deal for several records with Sony, and we intend to do them all. But what was really exciting about it for us was having new songs to play live. Because we're going out on tour next year all over the world, America's from February through April, and we didn't want to just go and play old material. We wanted new songs to play, and these are real high energy. I mean, actually they fit very well with the early songs we wrote.
I have to ask you about one band member, because you're talking about everybody coming together, but one band member, Andy Taylor, there's some mystery around what's happening with him and how he's doing.
We had a very tough schedule, and he got quite exhausted doing that, so he's back at home getting rested and getting ready for our American tour, which we're starting in February of next year.
Well, we wish you well with that, and good luck coming back, although you kind of never really went anywhere. You just went and did your thing, but now you're back together. Yeah. And a lot of flashbacks for a lot of folks when they hear of Duran Duran and when they go and see you and listen to your new music as well. Thanks for being here.
Thanks a lot.
Simon and Nick, Duran Duran.
Yeah, give it to me.
You got it. And we got it. And we have a break, and we'll be back after this.
Anyone who grew up in the 80s and was addicted to music videos knows Duran Duran. Their synth-driven sound and videos like Hungry Like the Wolf, Rio, it drove fans wild. We all know that. Now the band is out with their first studio album in 20 years, which is hard to believe. Simon Bon and Nick Rhodes here to talk about that project, and it's so exciting to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
And Simon was commenting on my watch, the little Visa watch. It's a cheapo, like 60 bucks.
Yeah, it looks it.
It's not a big deal. But anyway, great to have you guys here. congratulations on the success of the new album. It's called Astronaut. But it's been 20 years since all 5 of the original members have been back together. So why, after 20 years, you know, strike it hot in 2004?
You get to a point in your life, I think, where you look back and you realize that you did something very special. Well, that's what happened to us anyway. And I think the realization probably hit the 5 of us at roughly the same sort of time. And so all it took was for the Duran Duran that was working at that time, which is 4 years ago, to kind of come to a point where it wanted to change. And I picked up the phone to John. We had a meeting, Nick and I and John, and we called Andy and Roger, and it just started from there.
And now we have the new album, Astronaut, which is out. The first single came out not too long ago. The next single is due out in January of 2005, correct?
That's right.
Right. So, Nick, what's it like? I mean, here we have some props. Stephanie Cook, one of our producers, loves you guys. We have all these albums here. But what's it like now for you guys to be out there, putting your music back out, especially now that you have kids? You guys are all dads now.
Yeah, well, the kids are pretty good. My daughter, Tajana, she's really good at figuring out what's happening. You know, she says, Dad, you should check this out. Have a listen to this. They all love music, our kids. They come to the shows, and it's really special for them. It's exciting. We wanted to do this because we wanted to make a great record again, and we wanted to get back on stage and play to people out there. And that's where we're at now in the end of 2004.
You know, now we're looking at the video Sunrise. How, I guess, different is it for you guys now to go back out on a video shoot when you guys pretty much set the tone for how people were supposed to design music videos back in the 80s, because all of yours were so hot?
It's very much the same. I mean, you make your music and you meet with directors, or you look at a lot of treatments. I mean, we looked at a stack of treatments before you arrived at the guys who did this. and if you find something that inspires you, you're willing to do it, and you're willing to put the hours in and the effort and the energy, and that's what we did with these 2 guys.
All right, now what about, you know, we all came to know you guys for the hair, the clothes, the glamour, all that stuff. Is that just as important nowadays, or what?
Well, I think we grew up listening to 70s music, and people like David Bowie and T-Rex and all the glam rock and then all the punk rock, and they're all very stylish movements. And that's how we sort of associated our music, I suppose. And when we got together, we were never going to go on stage in jeans and T-shirts. It was going to be about the look and the video and the album artwork and everything else. Got to take care of the detail.
Well, you guys are still hot after all these years. It's great to have you in. Simon Le Bon, Nick Rhodes, congratulations on the new CD. It's called Astronaut. Great Christmas gift for everybody. And VH1, you guys are going to tape a special with them that's going to air later?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Okay, excellent, guys. Thanks
Tom,
again.
Word of advice, don't take a shower with that watch on.
I won't. Thanks, guys. Much more headline news to come right after this. Stay with us, and we'll be back after a quick break. See you in a minute.